Hello, everyone. Semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today, I have a special guest, actually two of them. I have the carnivore couple with me. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
We're the Carnivore couple. I'm Pat.
And I'm Caitlin. Yeah.
And
we've been on the carnivore diet for 5 months, and we're loving it.
Yep, going on 6 actually. So
you're going on 6 months. So how has it gone for you? Go ahead and tell us all the things. Have you had a lot of success, a little success? Have you had stumbles along the way? Just tell us your basic story.
Do you want to start?
Sure. So when we started our first day 1 was February 28th. So basically March 1st. And at the start of it, I weighed 301 pounds. And today I clocked in at 232. So almost 70 pounds, 69 pounds. So it's just, we both have been overweight and obese our entire adult lives, and unhealthy and just sluggish and achy and just all the kinds of problems that go with that, and struggling with food addiction and all these other carb addiction, sugar addiction. And we both knew we wanted to make a change, and I started researching different diets because we tried other diets in the past. And one day I came home after researching it for about a week or so, and I said, Caitlin, we're going on the carnivore diet,
And I was like, what's carnivore? Yeah. I had no idea what this was.
So, and for me, it's been a breeze because I'm a meat eater, and normally, so I had no issues with that. I haven't really cheated at all. I just kind of stayed the course and was disciplined, and it's helped me a lot, physically, mentally, help cure my food addiction, help with mental clarity and gas, bloating, all the things that everybody talks about. Pretty much is pretty uniform with me too.
How many pounds have you lost so far?
69 pounds so far.
69?
Yep.
I didn't
69.
even know you've already almost 70 pounds. That's crazy.
Yep.
So my journey has been pretty different from Patrick. Like he was saying, he came home one day and was just like, we're starting the carnivore diet. And at first I had no idea what he was talking about. And so I started researching it a little more too. And I thought, I can try anything for a month. So I started on the carnivore diet with him at the beginning of March, kind of end of February. And it went really well. I lost a lot of weight super quickly. However, as I started getting into that month 3, especially since I've never been a super strong meat eater, I was really struggling with the diet. And so that kind of derailed me into having a few cheat meals here and there. However, when I did that, my hidradenitis suppurativa, it's like a chronic inflammation skin condition, it just came roaring back with a vengeance. So I've really found this carnivore lifestyle has been helpful with not only that condition, but also helping me fix my relationship with food, because we had tried keto before, and for us that just did not work because we were constantly trying to recreate all of the meals that we would have on the standard American diet. But on carnivore, we know that we are limited to just, beef, butter, bacon, eggs, animal products. And so that has really helped me address my food addiction. It has not been this easy path. Like Pat has said, he's never cheated and he's never cheated. That's not been my path. However, I feel like by going this carnivore route instead of like full keto has really helped me identify and deal with my own food addiction. And so far, I've lost 57 pounds so far. I started at 288 pounds, and I'm now down to around 230, 231.
What would you say has been your biggest struggle? Is it just the carbs? I mean, if you could pick one food from your old way of eating and magically wave a wand and make it carnivore, what would it be?
Funny story. I was actually thinking about that today. And for me, it's probably, they go hand in hand, but pizza and chicken wings. Like for some reason today at lunch, I was like, man, I'm craving that. But I had my eggs and my steak. And I don't know. For me, that would be my thing.
Honestly, for me, it's not a particular food that I'm craving. For me, a lot of times what I'm craving is just variety. So on the carnivore diet, especially since I don't like seafood, I'm just craving something different. I can stay, eating the same thing for meal after meal for about a week and a half, and then I'm needing something different. So I found different ways to mix that up by, maybe adding chicken here and there, but chicken's so lean. So I try to top it with fat or ham or bacon or something else, cream cheese, to make it a little bit more satisfying. But maybe trying to mix it up with, we do seasonings or sauces that are 0 to low carb to help me get that variety. But for me, definitely be variety.
And a big thing for me is sugar. I'm a sugar addict through and through.
You bring back sugar.
Yeah, if I could bring back like candy and ice cream, that'd be great. But obviously,
Number one killer.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is sugar. I'm a sugarholic for sure. So
when it comes to chicken, I found a really good. I never cook chicken. I'm no great chef, but there's she's 73 or 74. She has a little channel called Simple Food, Simple Life. And she was carnivore for a while, but I think she gave that up because her cooking channel was suffering just cooking carnivore stuff. But one of the things I picked up from her while she was doing that is if you get chicken thighs with the skin on, and then literally coat them in butter so you can see the butter standing up on all of it, then bake it in the oven for an hour. So good. That's the best chicken I've ever had on.
That sounds good.
Carnivore.
We should try that.
And it's actually the best chicken I've ever had, let alone it being carnivore, and it certainly was. Have you been talking to anybody else about carnivore, and do you get the sense that it's easier because you're doing this as a couple as opposed to one person doing it, or do you think maybe that doesn't make a whole lot of difference to either of you?
We haven't really talked specifically to other people about carnivore.
Other than through YouTube.
Other than through YouTube. I know her parents, my in-laws, her parents know that we are carnivore. But as far as doing it together, I feel like it's a little bit easier because we can hold each other accountable, and that's great. Doing it as a couple, it helps because if I wasn't on her side, if we were on each other's side, one person would bring home bad food and the other person would be vulnerable and be tempted to cheat because there'd be bad food in the house. So it helps to both be on the same page and be able to be on the same health journey to take back our life and our health. But a great thing about doing YouTube is that we have a big audience that are holding us accountable. We're accountable to them because, if we do cheat or fall off the wagon, they're going to be supporting us and trying to lift us back up. But the biggest thing is we don't want to let them down. We have an audience that we just don't want to let them down, and they're cheering us on and want to see us succeed. So,
yeah, we tend not to tell people in real life because you don't always know what they're going to think or just different things that go along with that, I guess, So I tend to only tell people if they're asking, hey, you've lost a lot of weight, what are you doing? And then I, try to tell them what I'm doing. Usually what I say is I'm having high protein keto. And so as far as doing this as a couple, I think I realized 2 different ways how it's so beneficial to have a teammate with you. One, in that 3 months into this journey, I realized that the food that we were serving our kid, like mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, peanut butter and jelly, we were having those types of things in our house. And then that was constantly tempting me. So our kid is not carnivore per se. We're feeding him meat, veggies, fruit, whole foods, and that's pretty much it. And so by getting rid of all of that processed food, not only from our diets, but also his diet, it's made it a lot easier on me too, and beneficial for him because I'm not tempted to cheat with his food anymore. And I think if you were living in a house where not everybody was on the same page about not having that processed food in the house, if you are truly a carb addict or a food addict, you would always be constantly every single day fighting yourself in your own house, trying not to go grab those things. And so I realized how important this teamwork was with that. But then also my mom is trying to get healthy. She's brought her diabetes into remission by following a keto diet, but she does keto while my dad doesn't.
Mhm.
And so she's had multiple times where it's just been really difficult on her because my dad's very healthy and, he'll want to go out to eat. And then she's in a place where it's tempting her, or he'll buy some chips and bring them home. And then that's tempting to her. And she doesn't always feel supported in that way while she's trying to get healthy. And so seeing those two different things with my mom and my son, I think if you don't have your family supporting you, it'd be so difficult.
Yeah.
But you can do it. You just gotta be super strong.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about was your little one, but you already jumped over top of that question I was going to ask. So I will make a comment with your mom. Now, I wouldn't have this conversation with her husband in front of her, but I would pull him aside and say, look, you need to keep all the crap out of the house. Do you really want to tempt her back into diabetes and all of the things that it brings with it, including the possibility of losing her sight and losing limbs and all of that kind of stuff, just because you couldn't leave your bag of potato chips in the truck instead of bringing them into the house? It's kind of a harsh way to go about it, but at some point you have to kind of put your foot down with people. But that being said, I advocate for being the lighthouse rather than the foghorn, meaning lead by example. Let them see what you're doing, and then let them wonder, well, gosh, what in the world is going on there? So, but this is about you, not about me. So how about you walk me through what a standard day of eating looks like for the carnivore couple?
Pretty boring.
Well, generally speaking, we fast breakfast, so we have coffee for breakfast. I drink mine black, and you just do heavy whipping cream, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And then I go to work, and for lunch, I usually have about 6 eggs, and sometimes I'll have bacon with it, sometimes not. And I know you eat different lunch than I do.
Yeah. For me, I will usually have scrambled eggs with either sausage or bacon, and then I'll have that for maybe 3 or 4 days in a row until I'm craving the variety. And then I'll have something different, maybe like a BLT bowl with eggs, bacon, and cheese all mixed up together, or a chicken salad bowl without the salad, like some grilled chicken, bacon, eggs, cheese with like a homemade ranch dressing on top to mix it up for variety. And then we come home, and we usually at least 3 to 4 times a week we will have steak, and then the other days we're alternating hamburgers most of the time.
Yep. And then sometimes we'll mix it up, so like we had carnivore chicken cordon bleu tonight for dinner, because it was a little bit different.
Maybe like one time a week we'll mix it up with some chicken meal. Helps the budget as well. Maybe sometimes a roast, things like that.
Pork chops, something different. But usually it's very beef heavy for dinners. So
Great. So I'm assuming at your age that you do both still work for a living. Can you talk a little bit about what you do for a living and how does it go at work? Do you take lunch with you, or do you just not eat while you're gone?
Sure. I do work. I'm an HVAC technician / indoor air quality specialist. So I keep the furnaces running here in the wintertime when it's really cold.
Guy.
And then I keep the ACs running in the summer. So, but what I do is I meal prep my eggs, and I had the night before. And then I had this like hot plate lunchbox thing that I plug into my cigarette lighter in my work van. And so I plug it in about an hour before lunchtime. And by the time it's ready to eat, it's nice and hot, ready to go. That's kind of what I do for lunches. I'll let you talk about.
Yeah. So I was a teacher for 6 years, and the last few years I had resigned from that job to be a stay-at-home mom. When our son was born, he had a lot of medical issues that required a lot of time and things like that. So, and just taking care of our family. So right now I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I can just cook my meals when we're home.
So your son had some medical problems, or does have you noticed any difference on the carnivore diet? This is a great place to do an N=1 experiment with your son. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so our son was born 2 months early. He weighed 2 pounds, 14 ounces when he was born, so he was considered very premature. He had to spend about 28 days in the NICU, and the reason for that was because I developed preeclampsia, which is life-threatening high blood pressure, and one of the major risk factors for that is obesity, which is one of my main drivers for trying to lose weight, because we would like to expand our family, and I want to be able to carry a pregnancy to term. So he has always struggled with gaining weight, which is kind of the opposite side of the spectrum of what most people on the carnivore diet are doing. And so I have found that feeding him a protein heavy, like more fat heavy diet has helped him gain weight. And in fact, we went to the pediatrician today because we thought he had an ear infection. And over the last 3 months, he's gained 3 pounds, which for him is incredible because he's on the less than 1% growth curve for his age. So for him, gaining 3 pounds is incredible because sometimes he struggles to eat very much, and he is loving steak and bacon and butter. And I almost tried to catch it on video the other day because he kept going, more steak, more butter, and he'll just eat butter, like just, I'll just give him some, and he's like, more salt at the table. So it's good. We also feed him vegetables and fruit. He loves blackberries, and he loves picking. I guess we try to stick with more organic vegetables that we grow in the garden and things like that, so we don't get as many pesticides. But we found that for him, the carnivore diet,
whole food diet.
Whole foods. I shouldn't say carnivore because he's not carnivore. Like whole foods with heavy protein and more heavy fats has helped him gain weight, and it's also setting him up with a good solid foundation of whole foods for the rest of his life.
And trying to set him up for not to be addicted to sugar and carbs, because that's something that we both struggle with growing up too, as we ate standard American diet all our lives, and we want to not raise him in the mindset of eating sugar and carbs. And
honestly, I've tried to get him to have ice cream one time, and he doesn't want it. And then after dinner tonight, my mom had brought berries and cream for dessert, and I made him some, and he did not want anything to do with sugared whipping cream. So it's just interesting how it seems like he's getting a very good base layer of whole foods for his diet.
That's good. Very good indeed. Hopefully he continues to go down that path. And I'm no medical expert, but I would have to say if he's saying more steak, more bacon, more butter, give it to him, because there's nothing wrong with steak and butter and bacon. I would like some more steak, butter, and bacon too. Why don't you send some of that on over here to Omaha? So how have you found doing YouTube? I mean, I know you said your videos help keep you accountable. And you also said that you feel like you don't want to let your audience down. How quickly did all of that progress for you, and how are things going with your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so we, about a week into the diet or the way of eating, I was watching more and more YouTube videos of other carnivore content creators. She was doing the same thing, and I specifically remember watching Carnivore Kip, one of our friends, and I was like, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's too. It seems like a good thing to have a community of people that are like-minded and all are on the same type of health journey.
That support you and you support them.
And so we talked that evening. We were like, why don't we just start this YouTube channel? Because Caitlin's really creative and good at editing videos, and we make a good team. And we were just like, why not just document our journey? If we have no audience, at least we have something to look back on, and we can show our children and say, hey, this is something we did for you and for your future. So we just decided to start doing that, and it's been kind of growing steadily ever since then. We currently have about 3,700 subs, or give or take, and it's been a journey for sure. It's been a balance with a toddler. And trying to figure out how to find time to film and then edit, and then
mainly because for us to record a video, we both have to be in it.
Yeah.
And so that means our kid probably should be sleeping, so it's quiet.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes been tricky. Like this last week, he's been teething hardcore and really struggling to go to sleep. So it's been really hard for us to try to find time to film because usually it's past 10:30.
Yeah. And at that point, we're ready to go to bed.
So it's just a balance.
Yeah.
But overall, it's been good.
Yeah, it's very encouraging too to have people comment and talk about our journey and support us and all the it's just and then also encouraging other people has been really eye-opening because there's a lot of people that will comment. They'll say, hey, today I was struggling and I watched your videos and you just helped me stay on track. And
I thought I was the only one, and now I don't feel alone.
Yeah.
It's a good, we've had several people say that, and it's nice to be able to be that person for someone.
Now, you had to know this question was coming in. I'm assuming a lot of it is going to center around your son. But as you know on my channel, I say that your why is very, very important. Why are you doing this? You have to keep that why right in front of you at all times to help keep you pushing forward. So do you mind taking a few moments and talking about your why?
Yeah. So I've kind of explained my why a little bit, that I want to be able to carry a pregnancy to term. And so I want to try to get to a healthy weight so that can happen. So that is my biggest why. But also, almost every single person in my family has struggled with food in some shape or form. Almost everybody on my mom's side is diabetic and has heart disease. And I just want to be able to set him up for success and my life up for success to not go down that path of those diseases.
Yeah. And right there with Caitlin, my why is, our family and our son and our future children. I want to see them grow up and I want to see, my grandkids grow up to even, and for me, heart disease is big on both sides of my family.
Your dad was just in the hospital.
My dad just had a cardiac ablation because he's had several heart attacks and bypasses and stents and his whole since he was in his 30s. So for me, it's heart, diabetes, cancer, all those types of things are both sides of my family, and I know I'm at risk eating the way I was eating and with the amount of extra weight I was carrying. So I don't want to be dead before I'm 40 or 50 and not and not see my kid graduate high school and get married and all those things. So definitely big whys, and we both knew we needed to make a change, and it was just in my mind it was just like a click, like I needed to be disciplined and do this for my family and my future. And it's been a journey for sure. It's still not over yet.
Okay, well, we have come to that point in the interview where I say you are sitting in front of my audience. Anything I forgot to ask you about? Anything you'd like to talk to them about? Basically, give us your mission statement. Give us, anything you want to tell us. Now's the time. The floor is yours. Take as long as you like.
I would say, if you're out there and you're looking for, you need to make a change. You know that you're unhealthy, that, and you've tried and you failed in the past. Just find your why and make that mindset shift, because losing weight, getting healthy, the biggest part of it is your mindset. If you don't have your mindset right, you're probably going to struggle more. So get your mindset right. Find what works for you, whether it's keto, ketovore, carnivore, whatever it is. Figure out what will work for you, what will be sustainable. And when you're struggling, like our sign says, stay strong and remember your why, and remember why you're doing this. There's gonna be some bad days where you have serious cravings, but you can do it. I mean, I never thought I could do it. Neither did Caitlin,
I never thought I was going to lose close to 60 pounds, and you're almost to 70 pounds. And here we are doing it. You just have to do it. And
it's a journey, and just know that it's not an overnight thing. It's a long journey. It's going to take time, and you just have to keep pushing forward and keep staying strong.
Yeah. And with that, knowing your why, but also for me, one of the biggest things besides the why with the mindset is having accountability. And
Mhm.
that's where YouTube can be such a great support system. There are so many creators on YouTube in the carnivore space. So find somebody that you connect with and follow their journey, talk with them, go on
Mhm.
the live streams, find a community, because sometimes you may not be able to find that community in real life because carnivore is a little new. So find that community and find someone to keep you accountable. For me, that accountability, I really struggle with that food addiction, especially when I'm in my car and I see these fast food restaurants that I used to go to. And the only thing that has worked for me was to have Patrick, like, he makes sure there's always no cash
Yeah.
around me. My credit card is linked. If I spend anything at a fast food restaurant, it sends him a text message,
Yeah.
and then I don't take my
Yeah.
debit card with me.
I
And
literally,
that might
I literally call her. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm eating grilled chicken at Chick-fil-A." I'm like, "Okay, all right, just make sure, you know."
Yeah.
Or
So
whatever.
that
So,
might seem extreme for some people, but your health is worth it. And if you're vulnerable with yourself, you know what boundaries and what obstacles you need to put in your way to help you stay on track. And so know your why with your mindset and then find accountability somewhere. And I don't think there's anything that can stop you.
yeah, and you know, if you need an accountability partner, our on our channel, on our videos, our email, our Instagram's there. You can DM us, you can email us. I'm sure Bob wouldn't mind having people email him to help hold people accountable. It's just we've had a few people reach out to us, email us that say, "Hey, I'm struggling. I need help. I need an accountability partner." And you know,
Yeah.
we have no problem just being that accountability partner for anyone who's struggling.
Mhm.
So
Okay, so you have a YouTube channel, and I will list that underneath your picture at this point in the video. Go ahead and tell us all of the places you are on social media. Is it just YouTube, or do you have Facebook, Instagram? Tell us all of the places and things that and the stuff that you do where we can find you.
yeah, mostly YouTube. We do have an Instagram as well, and it's linked in our channel, but it's
Mhm.
Carnivore and Carnivore Couple, something like that.
Check it out
Just
in the description.
yeah. But Instagram, but our biggest thing is YouTube. That's where you can really find us and contact us and email. But yeah, YouTube is where pretty much all of our content is.
Facebook, Insta, email. 3 places to get in
Well,
contact.
we don't even have a Facebook, so don't use Facebook.
Wow, I meant YouTube. Where's my brain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So YouTube and Instagram is the 2 main places, but YouTube for sure. You can comment, you can send us an email, whatever.
There we go.
Okay, well, thanks for being here this evening. Everybody, don't forget, get down in the comments, thank them for their time, because everybody's time is valuable. That's what we've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. We'll see you in the next one.